Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today for the first episode of Vlogmas 2024. I hope you guys are doing well. If you are new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. And this one will be just a little bit more festive for the holiday season. So got ring light because it's dark and cloudy here in Michigan. But I do have my little Christmas tree up and my little garland. And I hope you can see some of the cute little ornaments that I had knit up about, I think, 2 years prior, or last year. The years get away from me a little bit, you'll have to forgive me. But I do have some really cute little ornaments here behind me that are all hand knit from, I think it was Jimmy Bean's Wool's Advent. They had, or ornaments. So that's a lot of fun. I haven't made them all. I'm a little slow to do that sometimes, but I just took my time on it and I look forward to completing the rest at some point. But I'll have that behind me here being festive. It's just a little 12-day countdown advent. I don't have anything in it right now, but it just looks cute. And hopefully you can hear me okay. I know my volume was kind of low in the last couple episodes, so hopefully I put my microphone in a better spot. It's in front of my, it's like right in my face now. I hope that doesn't bother you, but if you can hear me better, that'll be good. I have my little festive Christmas mug here, Santa Claus, with some nice hot black tea with just a touch of cream in it. I hope you guys are enjoying something festive and warm. I am recording this the day prior. I think that's going to work a little bit better here. I'm gonna try to make these go live on Saturdays is my goal. Due to the holiday weekend of Thanksgiving, this is going to be a little bit delayed. You'll be seeing this the 1st of December, which actually worked out really well because if you saw this today, the 30th of November, that kind of would have thrown off the whole Advent thing. So this way, I get to open the first day of Advent and share it with you guys. So I have all of my Advents right here, so I can share that with you. And then we'll talk about some festive things as well. And I look forward to hearing from you guys too. So definitely share some of your wonderful Christmas traditions, holiday traditions that you like to participate in during the December season. I know not everyone celebrates Christmas, but I do. So this is kind of what my videos are going to be focused on this time of year. But yeah, if you celebrate other holidays, I'd love to hear what some of your traditions are, and we'll get into a little bit of that end of thing at the end. I'll talk about a little bit about some holiday things that are kind of traditional little treats I like to enjoy this time of year. So that'll be in today's little Vlogmas episode. Oh, so I hope you guys are well. I wonder if you're getting any snow in your neck of the woods. So we are going to be celebrating December 1st with snow. It is 26 degrees Fahrenheit as the high today in Michigan, and we already have a good, I'd say, 3 to 4 inches of snow on the ground here in Southwest Michigan. So very much December looking out there, and I like it, but it does make the chores a little bit trickier because it's cold. It's very cold outside right now, but that's all right. So we'll do, first I'll do my little works in progress of some items. The items you'll be seeing me show you right now are gonna kind of be it. I probably won't work on them too much because I'm gonna be working on Advents for December. So you'll get kind of a preview of the ones I'm working on, and then it will kind of go to Advent knitting. And before we even get into the works in progress, we're gonna talk about the finished object that I'm wearing. So this is my Alpinapaca out of the Petite Knitters pattern book. It's called Arctic Knits. It's a really beautiful pattern book. I have only made this pattern out of the book, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It whipped up pretty quickly actually because it is a color work, but just in the yoke. And then the sleeves and the body are all solid stockinette stitch. And then you do some ribbing at the bottom and at the bottom of your sleeves as well. Really comfy. It fits beautifully. I did knit it a little hair bit longer, so it really hits nicely at like the top of your jean pocket, if you want to think of it that way. If you're wearing jeans, it kind of hits the top of the pocket. So to me, that's kind of my ideal. They are, it is a round yoke, so the sleeves are very much attached under here. So there's nice air room so it doesn't get too hot. But if I lift my arms up, it makes the sweater shrink quite a bit. There's some major movement there. So even making it longer, it's still a really nice sweater to wear over a t-shirt, or I'm wearing it over a tank top. That way I'm not wearing a lot of layers under it because it's quite warm. I did make it with a Shetland wool that's hand spun. It's the cream color. And then the green is my hand-dyed Evergreen Market colorway. And this is on my alpaca merino base. So it's 20% superfine alpaca, 60% superwash merino, 20% nylon. So it's super cozy soft and very warm. So it's really nice to wear today, being the fact that it is in the 20s outside. Quite comfortable. Yeah, not at all cold, but it's still cold to go outside, that's for sure. But it's nice and cozy, very holiday oriented. It has this beautiful, my neck's kind of, my little neck is being pulled down a little by my microphone. So bear with me here, but it, just to give you an idea, it usually stands up a little bit more like that. But so it's not like it's not a turtleneck. It's very loose fitting. It's not like, not super tight, but the collar actually is ribbed and it goes all the way down to here. And it's really beautiful. It's quite cozy. Highly recommend this pattern if you're looking to knit a really cozy sweater that has some fun color work, but it's not overly complicated. And it would make a beautiful gift if that is something you ever wanted to make. But I do tend to knit garments for myself primarily. I might gift them to very, very few folks. But I primarily hand knit for myself. It takes a very long time to knit. And yeah, I know I will wear the heck out of it and will appreciate it. So yeah. But great knit, a lot of fun. So that's my finished object. We'll go into my 2 works in progress, and then we'll get into the advents. I have a couple advents to show you, and then we'll talk about some holiday goodies that I like to snack on. And maybe you'll be nostalgic for some, because one of these is an oldie but a goodie. So there you go. All right, so one other, I guess, finished object works in progress is my hand spun. So I did finish spinning and plying up this sample from Kids and Critters Barn. It is a Shetland Finnish sheep blend, beautiful gray, 2-ply. I did redo my yardage on all of my skeins because I totally did it wrong. I was basing it off of a full-size skein. These are like a sampler size, so I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, this is 48 yards, which makes a lot more sense. And it's super bouncy. I did the long draw again. I'm going to stick with that long draw. It looks so beautiful. It's such plump, fluffy twist. Very cozy soft. Based on my yardage, I will probably make a cowl or something. I actually think what would be amazing, I don't know if I'll have enough yardage with these samples, but if I could make a hooded cowl, I did get a free pattern for one. If I could make a hooded cowl with this, I think that would be stunning. I think that would be really stunning and so cozy, warm, and soft. So that is my Kids and Critters. My other, I think, I have 4 more little bumps to spin up, and I'm not going to do that until after Advent because I need to focus on my Advent stuff. So that will be later, but then maybe in November I can finish those, or in January, maybe I can finish those up and then work on a cowl. That would be fun. All right. So I did, believe it or not, actually work on my half and half triangles wrap. I haven't worked on it in a while. This is my half and half triangles wrap where I'm using some really fun vintage yarn that I have. They're blends, all different kinds. This is a wool blend, but I actually did quite a bit of knitting on it. And this was what I was working on our trip up north for Thanksgiving. So you can see I'm making some nice progress. It still has a ways to go. This is the first triangle, but I'm using this boucle yarn that I have a couple skeins of. It's really beautiful. It looks like water. It reminds me of water. This is going to be a blue and kind of a multicolor half and half triangles wrap because there's some warmer. So what I'm going to do is like the blues on one half, and then the other half I'm going to do more of these. This is another boucle, but this is like obviously your darker colors and everything, like blue, purple, deep reds. I also have this kind of like a mohair is what it is. I'm pretty sure this is a mohair. This is definitely more of a vintage mohair where it's not quite as soft, but this is for a shawl blanket basically, and I will probably wear it as a blanket. That's what I do with my other one, and I love it. So it's just a slow project. This is a very slow project. I've been working on this for a while, and it's a great one for the holidays to knit on. If you're looking for a really fun project to do for an advent, actually I should have put this in my other video, is the half and half triangles wrap. Make and use your advent for the half and half triangles wrap. You will probably need, unless you do the small, you'll probably need some other skeins of yarn to use with it. But if one triangle is your advent and then the other is just a solid color or something, I'm not sure, but I really think it would be great because it's just not stuck in that knitting. You're just knitting, or it's a garter stitch. So you're knitting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It is so easy. It is so relaxing. It's my favorite. So yes, I love this. This is my second one, and I can see why people enjoy it so much. This half and half triangles wrap is a lot of fun. So I worked on that a little bit during this holiday time, and I also worked a little bit on my Andrea Mowry's, what is this called? Framed sweater. And so it has my Cherry Hill colorway on the top. That is the framed part. And then we have some crazy yarn from Stonehenge Fiber Mill. And then my hand spun CVM fleece. It's like a very light gray. And I am knitting down the sleeves slowly but surely. So I think when I left you guys last, I had just like started the sleeve. So I've made some progress slowly but surely. I made a few mistakes. I don't know what it is about the small circumference color work, but it really threw me for a loop. So I had to constantly tink back and then redo some rows. So we're getting there ever so lightly. We are getting there. But you can see it's starting, it's not going to match. It's going to look like a scrappy blanket. I love it. It's like a scrappy quilt where it won't be identical. Each sleeve will look different. There's some cohesiveness where like there's a color here that's going to match here, but it's not like it goes, you know, like in the same spot. It's not like it follows across. But yeah, I think this is going to be so nice. It's not super, super heavy. The alpaca base on the top here, this is again my merino alpaca base. It is definitely heavier. That's held double. And then this is very light and airy. So I think that because I did the woolen spun CVM and then of course that merino that's woolen spun, it's so fluffy and light. It's just lovely. So I'm enjoying this so much. I think this is a wonderful pattern if you're looking for something with some color work, a lot of color work. I mean, the entire thing is color work. Let's be honest, it's all color work, which is why it does take some time, but it's really easy, super like intuitive in a sense. I do find that I pay attention to the pattern quite a bit. If I maybe used my intuition, like when I started doing it and just keep going, that would probably be better instead of constantly having to look at the pattern. That kind of slows me down a little bit, but it's very, some parts are very intuitive. And I think that when you're looking at your pattern as you're knitting along, you can really pick up on it if you just allow yourself to like learn the pattern. And I think you just do so many of like the repeat on the sleeve and then it's done. So they're like almost like they're a little longer than 3/4 sleeve is the sleeve length, and I think I will do that, just because I think this makes for a cute little casual sweater, and that would make it such like, I like bracelet length. I do not like really long sleeves, so excited about that. All right, so now the part that so many of you are so excited about, because you know, that is that. And works in progress and the knitting thing is so much fun. But the Advents is what's so exciting about December and this Advent season. So let's get into the Advent, shall we? After a cozy sip. Okay. Which one do I start with? Good grief. This is going to be hard. Okay. I'm going to end my Advents, the actual Advents section of this, with my Wild in the Woods instead of doing that first. Even though that's my like primary Advent, I'm going to do that last because it kind of will ruin it for you if you have a Wild in the Woods, maybe, because the Wild in the Woods one is set up where you just kind of pick and choose when you want to open one, and so someone might open it differently than I do. It's very possible. Highly possible, actually, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone, so we will start with the ones that are numbered and the ones that can't ruin it for anybody. So the first one that I'm going to do is my, actually, my wool swap. Let's do my wool swap one first. So I have this really fun project bag that I got from my thrift store, local thrift store, and I put my project for my wool swap in here. So I have my Habitation throw pattern, and that's what I'm going to use for it. And I am going to do the large version. So I decided I was going to do that. These are 10-gram minis that my Advent swap partner chose for me. But what I'm going to do is I'll knit all of those colors, but because I'll need extra, I'll need a whole, basically whole nother Advent of yarn. I'm going to use some of my hand-dyed yarn as like a stripe in between. So I will knit a stripe and then knit a little of the solid color, and then I'll knit a stripe of one of my swap colors and then knit a solid, if that makes sense. So it'll be kind of cohesive, even though the colors are totally random and they may not match because I have no idea. So the colorway that I'm going to use is a nice neutral. I have one skein caked up and then solid skein. I do have just a touch of these in the shop still. This is Odette. And I have the non-superwash merino. I know it's non-superwash, and I do not know what the bases are, but I have a feeling that they're superwash bases because my wool swap partner definitely likes superwash. So it's totally fine that I'm mixing them. I don't think it's going to be a big problem. This is a blanket, so I'm not concerned. But I'm using Odette, which is a beautiful blue-gray tonal. So I'm using that as my continuous color throughout the entire piece and between the colorways, if that makes sense. It'll make a lot more sense once I start knitting it. And then I have one caked up here, and this is, I think, the BFL base. So it's my BFL and nylon superwash BFL. But it has all these wonderful little pockets in it, so I can put the colors in as I'm knitting with them. I'm hoping to knit each color each day. We'll see how that goes. And then I have my knitting needles all prepared. I'm using the Knit Picks square needles, or I think they're called 4 square. They're fabulous. They are really nice to use. They're like the Majestic colorway, I think is what it's called, or Mystic. And I actually have the set where I put them together because I needed the long cable. And so I've just got that right in here. So it is all ready to go. I have my stitch markers in here. So we are all set to start knitting, and I'm really excited. So let's open day one. So excited. Oh, this is so fun. Robin went nuts. My wool swap partner went nuts. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. There are so many goodies in here. Just love it. I'm going to look at her card because I haven't read her card yet. I feel like I just need to read her card first. Bear with me. I won't read it out loud because I know it's personal. Let's see here. Oh, it's so nice. Well, I hope that you follow along. I know Robin does follow me on Instagram because that's how we communicated. So I will definitely share Robin on Instagram, and if you happen to hop over here onto the YouTube end of things, you will see some progress as well on my project. So I hope you get to pop over as well. I am going to open day one. Very, very exciting. Okay, so day one, look at this. She has them all beautifully packaged. I don't know if she created this or if she repurposed an Advent. It's so nice. So nice. Ooh, this is pretty. Oh, look at that, guys. Light green and a really bright light blue in there. And like it's almost kind of a tonal blue going on in there too. It's really pretty. Let's see what it's called. Everything old cashmere sock. Ooh. Or, oh, that's so soft. 80-10-10. So 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's called Beautiful Bringing, yeah, Beautiful Bringing Sea. That seems very appropriate. It does look like sea water. That's beautiful. Oh, I'm excited. So this one will have some fun variegation going on, I think. I mean, I don't see speckles, so my guess is it's variegated, just from quickly glancing at this beautiful little mini. So this will be the first one that I'm going to knit on my Habitation throw. Very excited. I think what I'm going to do is start off with a little of my Odette, and then we'll go ahead with this one and knit this whole little munchkin up. And that is really exciting. I'm going to add that to my little kit here, so I am good to go. Very, very exciting. Oh, she gave me so many goodies. Okay, I have to peek at one of them. She said, like, you can peek at all if you want, but I'm just going to look at one of them. Oh, she knows me so well. So as I mentioned, I like to drink cozy tea all times of year, especially in the winter. And she gave me Tazo. It's organic chai. It's regenerative. It has black teas, ginger, cinnamon, black pepper, cardamom, spice. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Oh my gosh, it smells good too. Of course it does. I'm excited. I love chai teas, and I have not tried Tazo, so I'm very excited to try it. I've tried some Tazo teas, and I like them a lot. Oh, very excited. I will have to make myself a cup of this. Maybe not today, because it's getting later in the day, but tomorrow for sure. All right. So that is my wool swap advent. Okay, next is my True North advent. This is a hand spun, excuse me, hand spun advent from Melly Knits. It is in this beautiful bag, which I will definitely use as a project bag once the advent is finished. So day one, there we go. It says start here. This is, I'm not sure what this is, but I have a feeling it might link to her advent. I think she called it Lure is what it's called, and it's her YouTube version of her advent, and she goes through it. So I'm very excited about this because I'll follow along with that as well, because I love to hear about the story. She said she's going to tell the stories about each little bundle and everything. So very excited. So let's open day one. I'm not going to peek at what it is. The back of the card tells me what it is, so I'm going to first open it and then we'll see what it is. I love this, how beautifully it's packaged. She uses this beautiful, like, excuse me, hand-dyed yarn to tie it. Ooh. So True North is a medium wool advent. Ooh, this is very nice. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it's so soft. I love medium wools. I am a sucker for medium wools, if you can't tell. I like I do like, my luxuries, and these are all from different breeders in Canada and the Canadian province. That's what True North is all about. So definitely follow Melly Knits Lure Advent opening. If you look up Lure Melly, or even Melly Knits, if you look up Melly Knits on YouTube, you'll find her. And wow, this is beautiful. Very soft. It's supposed to be a breed of sheep that might be a crossbreed, probably a crossbreed, and then she blended it with alpaca. All of them are blended with alpaca. Wow, it's very soft. And of course, I love the beautiful deep brown. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see what this is. It's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. Beautiful halo. This, I think, would definitely be beautifully done as a long draw. Oh, she did leave. She did. I'm so excited. So she's notorious for putting a little a lock with the Advent, and I'm so glad she did that. She put it with the little bundle, so I hope they all have a little lock with it. It does have a beautiful crimp to it. Look at that. Wow, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I am curious as to what breed this is. I mean, it kind of reminds me of, it's not a merino, I don't think. Merinos are really crimpy and merinos are fine wool. So I don't know what medium wool this is, but it's really soft. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's see what it is, guys. All right, so the alpaca is from, it's Newfoundland alpaca, exploits meadow farms is where it's from. And then the, let's see, oh, it's interesting combination. Okay, so it's Manitoba wool. So it's from Manitoba. It's polypay, which I have some polypay fleeces that I want to work with. And this is polypay and rambouillet mix. And rambouillet is beautiful. And I haven't gotten to do much spinning with rambouillet. So that is exciting. And I like the combo. And it's from Spirit Sands Shepherds. So pretty. So this is a polypay and rambouillet mix. Very interesting and beautiful. Oh, I'm excited to spin this. So that is my first gorgeous color. Nice, deep, kind of chocolatey brown. Ugh, stunning. Stunning. Okay, so that's gonna be my first one. And we're just going, what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna put a little hole in the top, and then I will use, I'm gonna reuse all my things. We're gonna put a little hole in the top. We're gonna use our string to put this, string it to the skein when I finish spinning that up, and that way I'll know what it is, and it'll all be together, and I'll put my yardage on there. I love it. So that is my day one from the Melly Knits True North Advent. Very excited. Okay, next. All right, the next one might be a spoiler because I honestly do not know the correct way to open this advent or start knitting it. So I'm doing Mint Rain's 2 at a time socks, her striped, self-striping advent for her, I think it's bright. I think it's cherry and bright is the, yeah, bright side of Christmas. That's what it is. Bright side of Christmas Advent 2024. And it is 250-gram socks a set. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I did the two so that they're split already, so you can start knitting, boom, from the dime. And it comes with a contrast color, which is so stinking cute. I'll show you the contrast first because it's really beautiful. Here you go. Isn't that so, it's so vibrant. The camera can't even contain itself. It's so vibrant and beautiful. Talk about bright side. It's supposed to be bright side of Christmas. So it's kind of a minty blue teal color. It's very pretty. So that's going to be for the heels and toes. And then my first day, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the first day is. I don't know if it's the outside or my inside that I wound this up. I feel like it's the outside. If it's not, I am sorry. I might be doing this wrong. It wasn't real clear to me, and she said she marked it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just dense. I don't know. So I'm not quite sure, but I think this is the first color. But it's this. So I mean, obviously, if you skein this up or caked it up, you're gonna see like a bunch of colors. But the first one is this really pretty pink. I think it's the pink. I think it's the pink. I think that's the first color. If it's not, sorry. I'm gonna do my toe up socks 2 at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That way I can do 2 socks at a time. So by the time Christmas comes, I will have a finished pair of socks. And that will be wonderful and a lot of fun. And this will be definitely my knitting that I bring to work. I think this will be really easy to work on. And that's my Mint Rains Advent for 2024. Okay, now we'll get to the one that might be a spoiler. I don't know which one you are going to open first if you are someone that is participating in the Wild in the Woods Advent. This is her beautiful Advent. It's so pretty. I don't want to ruin it for anyone, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab an item out of here. Because it's a Sunday, my understanding is you're supposed to grab or open one of the yarn for each Sunday, and she does have a couple packages in here that look very similar, and I think it's the yarn. So let's go for it, shall we? So first of all, this is beautiful. On the top, she has, so if you don't want this to be ruined, Wild in the Woods Advent. I'm going to show it to you now. This beautiful little star, hand crocheted little ornament. That's beautiful. That's very nice. I'm going to put that on our tree this year. It was Cottage in the Woods Christmas, I think, is the theme for this Advent. Oh, these are really pretty. So she has some, let's see, Christmas Happiness Be Yours. Oh, they're postcards. They're so pretty. I would not want to send it though. I want to put these up as decorations. Oh, this is really pretty. And actually, I think that's my understanding. A lot of times postcards were used for decorations. This is really pretty. Isn't that sweet? I'm going to put these up as some decorations. And then this beautiful card that I'm going to guess she hand stamped. She does that. Yep, Wild in the Woods. So she made this beautiful card. And then it's hand stamped with her thingy on the back. And then it's empty, so you can write whatever you'd like on the inside. And a beautiful envelope to go with it. I love it. Very, very nice. All right, so there's those. And then we're going to open one of the yarns. Try not to peek too much in here. I'm just going to grab the first one because at the bottom here, there's a bunch that look the same, and I think those are all the yarns. So we're going to open the first one. Sorry if it's a little noisy because they come in these really beautiful packaging. They're all hand stamped. She does such a beautiful job. Sorry for the noise. So oh, interesting that she has these packaged this way. That would make sense because I'm like, how did she fit these skeins in here? So it is it's a single ply, 100% Canadian wool, fingering weight, jolly old elf. And it looks like it's here. You know what? I am going to be super naughty here. And let me see if I can open this. I have scissors. Here we go. I'm going to open it so that way maybe we can see the color better, because with the reflection of the light, it's really hard to see. There we go. Oh yeah, that's very pretty. It's like a deep green. It's not, see, it's more yellow than what I have on right now. It's really pretty. I love that smell. Really pretty. And it is a 100% Canadian wool. I think they're 50 gram skeins. I'm not 100% on that, but I think they're 50 gram skeins. It does look like it's not 100 grams. Yeah, this must be a 50 gram skein. Wow, that's really pretty. Look how beautiful that is. I'm gonna let this kind of expand a little bit. It's a really, really deep, deep, deep green. Beautiful. She does a lot of natural dyeing. Oh, gorgeous. She does do some acid dyeing as well. I think what I'm going to do is maybe just leave this, I'll open them and then put the yarn in it so that I know what the name of it is and everything. Very beautiful. Love it, Serena. I love it. It's gorgeous. So I did buy all these advents. The wool swap was a wool swap advent, so that's totally different. Like I made an advent for someone else, but I did purchase all of these. None of these were gifted to me. Yeah, really beautiful. Love it. All right, so I'm going to, that'll be like my first day for opening her advent. We'll shut that back down there. So super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. For my sock advent, I forgot to say, I have it in my fun little Hohi & Co bag. It is rose gold colored. It's so pretty. I mean, it's pink. I guess it's pink, but to me it's kind of silvery and sparkly. It looks very holiday to me. So I'm going to knit my socks in that one. All right, so that is it for the Advent. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys are enjoying your Advents. If you have any Advents this year, definitely let me know what advents you have. I'd love to hear from you. If you also have a YouTube channel, make sure and mention that, because I'd love to follow along. I love seeing other advents, what others are making. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite things about this time of year. So now I'm going to just get into some little books that I'm curious about, one I'm trying to finish and one I would like to read next. And then yeah, and then I've got my little goodies for this time of year that I like to eat, so I want to kind of share that fun little tidbit with you. But I'm wrapping up my Knit One Kill Two. By wrapping up, I'm about I'm just under halfway, I'd say. So I have a wee bit more to go, so we'll see how long I give. Maybe I've been trying to read this each day. Lately I've been a little bad. Maybe I'll do some today. We'll see if I can get some reading in, because I would really like to finish this one so I can start reading more holiday-oriented books. I really would love that. So that would be amazing. Yes, so I've got this one. Hopefully I'll wrap it up soon, but I do have another book here that I would very much like to start reading, that my mom actually shared with me. She read it and she thought it was really sweet. So the Cleveland Plain Dealer said, a terrific storyteller, and it's called The Christmas Train, and it is by David Baldacci. And I would really like to do more reading. I have a hard time. My mom likes to read at night before she goes to bed, and I don't really have time to do that when I'm laying in bed. But I just need to be better about really setting some time aside to do reading. I really enjoy reading. This is something I used to love doing a lot. And yeah, it says, evokes the glamour of classic romances by People magazine. So I don't know, it sounds wonderful. It's called The Christmas Train, and she did mention it takes place on a train, like the whole story, and it just sounds really nice. So I hope it's really wonderful and cozy and holiday oriented. That's what I'm looking for. So this is kind of the next book on my list that I want to try to read. So I just need to finish that Knit One Kill Two, which I am enjoying. I just, every time I read it, I get into it and then I stop. So I need to get sucked into it and just finish it. Okay, so we'll get into the little snack goodies that are holiday oriented. You have my little Christmas tree behind me here, get nice and festive. So some holiday traditions, some goodies. Well, one, the tea. I did mention the tea. Something I'm starting to do now is drink out of kind of holiday themed mugs. I'm not really big on like a lot of holidays, but I am really big on Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays, frankly, and it's a really special time of year of reflecting and waiting and anticipating, and it's a big deal. So I really enjoy Christmas. I also have, of course, my Advent Bible study that I'm going to be starting as well, and that is through, I think that one is from Grace. It's the Daily Grace, their Advent. I got that. So I'm going to start that as well, and you read each day a little excerpt in the Advent. So looking forward to that. So I'll do that as well. But yeah, as far as goodies go, well, some of my favorite things, like I said, cozy teas, coffee with, sometimes I like to add like chocolate or little bits of mint or like candy cane, things like that to my coffee. I'm usually pretty much just cream and coffee, like cream and coffee. I don't add sugar usually, but once in a while I like to add some chocolate to it or something just to kind of make it more interesting. But one little goodie that I found at the food store this year, and I was really excited because it took me way back, was something that my grandma used to always get for the holidays. And I've been nibbling on them here and there, and they are such a treat, and they are so full of sugar, but they're very nostalgic to me. So it's an old company as well, not sponsored. This is just something I've always enjoyed. Brock's is the company. I brought the bag to show you just so that you could maybe, if you wanted to find it at your local store. It's Brock's Peppermint Christmas Nougat. It is so good. It is super minty, very much peppermint. Apparently there's other mint flavors, but my grandma always got the peppermint. And this is what they look like. And they're so stinking good. I usually just pop one in and munch on it. It's really nice to have with your coffee or tea even, and sip on it. It'll be like peppermint tea. It is so good. It's really sweet. It's kind of like a peppermint patty, sorta, but it doesn't have the chocolate. So it's really, really good if you're looking for something yummy and delicious this time of year that is very festive because you've got your little Christmas trees on them, and they're really minty. If you are a big mint fan, you'll enjoy these. So that's something that my grandma always had during the holidays out for us to snack on. And I saw them at the food store and I had to nab them. They're really very reasonably priced compared to most candies these days. So you might get lucky and find a good sale because during the holidays there's lots of sales on candy. So there's that. And then this is also a favorite big brand name. Again, not sponsored, but this is Holiday Mint and it's by Dove. This is one of their fun, I think they always have mint, but I know they definitely get a bit more festive during the holiday season. So mint is always a big, I'm a huge fan of mint and I'm a huge fan of dark chocolate, and this combination is so good. Yes, it's getting a little on the pricier side because chocolate prices have gone up, which is kind of frustrating. But if you are fortunate enough that there's a deal where if you buy some candy, you get a sale price on them or something, I was very grateful to have snagged that. So whew, there you go. So that's kind of fun. Those are just some fun goodies that I always enjoy. My mint chocolate. I did also snag my mint chocolate M&Ms. Those are really good if you like a dark mint chocolate. So those are really nice little treats that you really can only get this time of year. I don't know if you can find the mint chocolate ones except for during Christmas. So if you do like that kind of thing, make sure you run on over to your store and get some. So I guess that's it for this week's episode of Vlogmas Week 1. Next week, we will be going to the little Christmas market in our local area here. So I hope that you are able to go to your own local Christmas market. If you've never been to one, look around your area, see if there is a Christmas market. I know in Chicago they have the Kindle Market. I've gone to that many years as a tradition with my family, and there is one here in Michigan that I'm going to be able to go to, which I'm super excited about because I love that Christmas market. And then I know Holland, Michigan has the Christ Market, which is another little Christmas market. It's a little different than the Christkindl Market, where they kind of have little mugs and beverages and food. The Christ Market is a little different than that. It's similar but smaller scale, and it's not usually as crazy busy as the bigger Christmas markets are. But I hope you're able to stop by a market this holiday season. It's so much fun, and it's early enough in the season that I hope that you're able to attend one. I look forward to chatting with you next week, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.